Welcome back, TikTok, YouTube, and the rest of the United States of America. This is the Mark, for lack of better terms, daily podcast. I'm actually joined by my beautiful wife, Charlotte, today. She's here just to kind of give her opinion. We're talking about some things that I feel like her opinion's actually somewhat relevant, which I think she'll appreciate. You see, that's all I get is a little. But anyways, oh, you said thanks. Okay,
yeah,
well, I appreciate that.
Very sarcastically.
It was very sarcastically.
You're blocking me.
Oh, I'm blocking her. Okay. But anyways, okay, so we're going to get right into it today. So first thing I kind of want to go over is I saw a very interesting article whenever I was reading the news a few days back. It was about how you can go to a zoo up in the Bronx. And let me paint a picture for you. So you go to the zoo, you're having a great day with your family. You're walking out, you're trying to figure out what souvenir to buy. You can't figure anything out. Next thing you know, you're heading for the door and you see a terrarium full of roaches. Well, this zoo, what they allow you to do is they actually are letting people, for $15, name your sweetheart after the roach. And at first, I kind of thought this was a good idea until I realized what kind of response I'd actually get from my wife. And, I tend to lean towards the side of, I'd probably end up getting slapped. Not literally, but more figuratively, like a look slap. Whenever they kind of slice you with that look. That's what I'd get. Now, she'd let me do it for her, I think. But I definitely, it's a good thing that I asked her to marry me back. Or if we want to get it, that's a story for a different time. She actually asked me to marry her.
After you already had done it.
Well, after I'd already done it, but to make it but she was the one who officially came and said, hey, will you marry me? I obviously said yes, because I felt bad for her a little bit. She was a little bit homely. But, what would be your response if I came up to you and I told you, hey, babe, here's, such and such roach. Yeah, we're going to name it Charlotte the Roach.
I don't like it.
Well, what don't you like about it?
It's a roach. They're ugly. I can't even kill them because they make that
No, here's
noise.
the thing. Now, you have a bias towards roaches that needs to be addressed before we even move forward. So what is it about roaches that you dislike? Everybody, there is an affinity towards not liking roaches, but what is it about roaches that you don't like?
They're creepy looking. And, they make a crunch sound when you kill them. That's why I have you kill them, because I can't.
Yeah, I am normally the roach killer in the house, but
not spiders.
for $15, you got to figure, though, the roach is going to stay at the zoo. The roach does not come home with you.
Yeah, but what's so special
So
about that roach?
you don't have to, nurture the roach. But I'd actually have gotten you 2 of them. But you wouldn't have to nurture the roach.
We are in Florida. I can go find a roach anywhere.
Well, do you want me to find you a roach in our backyard and name it after you?
No, I don't. But what is so special about those roaches that they're worth $15?
Well, it's a zoo roach.
They have probably a lot more roaches that you're not aware of. And how are you going to be able to tell the difference between your roach and someone else's roach?
Well, they probably tie it. You get a little collar with it whenever I'm just kidding. You don't actually get a collar with a roach. But, they have to have a way to be able to tell them apart because, unless, here's the thing. What if they were doing like a hermit crab situation, a hermit crab setup? You go to Myrtle Beach, they have the hermit crabs. You get your shells painted, so they're painting the back of these little roaches.
I don't think they're doing that.
They might be. They didn't give me enough details in the article, but because it caught my eye that for $15, which is a very reasonable number in my eyes, to have a zoo quality roach.
Zoo quality? What makes it zoo quality? Is
The fact that it's at the zoo. You have to. It's a zoo quality roach. $15. It's unique. It's here's the thing too.
There's better bugs, like name a grasshopper or something that's not so hideous and creepy and could survive.
You have to admit though the story aspect of it. Say we took a trip up to New York. We live in Orlando, Florida. Say we took a trip up to New York, and we went to the Bronx Zoo. Well, think about the stories you could tell Riker. Riker's our son. Think about the stories you could tell Riker, whenever he gets a little bit older. Guess what?
You're took me to New York and bought me a roach.
Well, didn't buy you a roach. We're not bringing it necessarily back with us unless they got the crab set up, that they have in Myrtle Beach, where you go and you buy. I'm sorry, what are those crabs called?
Hermit crabs.
The hermit crabs. I'm sorry. The hermit crab setup where they paint their little shells. I digress.
You should digress.
I probably should on that. So we're going to go ahead and move on. If there's nothing else you'd like to add about the roach.
It's a terrible idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I'd rather be named after, or name a penguin or something. They have a lot of penguins. Or like an
Well, they have that. You can adopt a panda.
So
or you can adopt any kind of animal. Here's the thing.
Where's my giraffe? That's what I need to know.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could find a giraffe somewhere in Africa on some preserve that I could adopt for you. Now, here's the thing: they want annual fees whenever you go adopting those kinds of animals. Those aren't roach. That's not. We don't. I don't know if we have giraffe money. I know we have roach money because that's a one-time fee. I don't know if we have giraffe money or not. I mean, I see our bank account, and I don't know. I'd have to do a little more research before I can. We have to wait till we get our taxes back.
What's the next topic?
Well, thank you. That's a professional way to put it. See how she moves me on. I mean, I'm trying to make this podcast nice and professional, enjoyable for everybody. But we'll go ahead and move on. I mean, we're trying to put this together just to kind of paint a picture for everybody out there. We do this after our sons lay down into the day, so we're both kind of tired. In the previous, my wife right now, she's going to nail school. She's getting her bachelor's degree, and she works full time, and she's a mom. So, not to give her too much credit while she's sitting right beside me, but she does have a lot going on. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next topic, or what, I can't even honestly remember. We were going to talk about Jeff Bezo's yacht and how they plan on egging it, because I guess they had to, if I remember the story correctly, I don't have the story right in front of me. I guess what was going to happen was Jeff Bezos, they had to remove pretty much, he has a mega yacht. God knows how big it is. I'm assuming because he's so wealthy or rich that it's probably pretty damn big. But you have to imagine the size of this boat. Because, one, where are they trying to maneuver this thing to get it to where they have to tear down a bridge, which is going to piss the locals off enough to egg his yacht?
So the whole story is that he wants to go somewhere and his boat can't fit, so they're going to tear down something.
They're going to tear down the bridge, and it's going to piss off the locals.
And he's going to egg his boat.
The locals, it's like the locals are coming out to stone him, essentially. That's the only way the locals can stone him is by egging his yacht. And I'm assuming that
I don't think he cares.
That the laws must be very lax, and it's probably everybody that's a little upset with him. Think about it. They're going to go down, and imagine this is a 500-year-old historical bridge. I'd be a little upset, too, if I was a local.
That's not the case. Well, I would hope not.
Well, we're just assuming, though, this is somewhere in one of the countries where they have old-timey Renaissance stuff going on.
What country?
It's in, I want to say, don't quote me on this, I believe it's in Denmark.
Oh. Yeah,
so this isn't here somewhere in the States.
Canals and stuff.
Yeah, so they're probably trying to get it down a canal that's smaller. But here's the thing: Jeff Bezos has that kind of money to where he probably has a yacht that's the size of a cruise ship.
Oh yeah. Well, why doesn't he just take a smaller thing to get through that area?
Well, he could get. I'm sure he has multiple tenders on that boat. He's got to have dinghies.
All right, so that's what I mean. What's so special that he feels the need to?
Well, let's face the facts here. If you have Jeff Bezos' kind of money, he's not used to hearing no at this point.
Yeah, but I hate that. I hate that money means that you don't have to hear no or.
Well, you say that now, but would you not be saying the same thing if you?
Regardless of how much money you have, that doesn't mean you deserve anything special. If they don't want to sell him, the bridge or let him knock it down, then you can move along.
I mean, look at what these guys are doing, though. Jeff Bezos has his own rocket ships, and you're going to tell them that they can't tear down a freaking bridge?
Yeah.
See, that to me, I get both sides. They should.
I don't think.
If I had a big boat, I'd want it next to me, too. So I can totally sympathize with Jeff Bezos. I don't want to have to go any further than I have to get to my big yacht, my big mega yacht. And plus, they have to bring that thing in to fill it up, too, with gas. And God knows you don't want that fuel bill. So think about how much money that's going to bring into the local economy.
I don't think that much.
Well, that's...
Obviously, they would rather have the bridge.
Well, I'm sure, but the money that he's going to bring in is probably not going to be his only visit. Not that that's all. Not that matters. Once again, I digress. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to move on to the last thing I wanted to talk about with you. Was the high schoolers that you have to deal with every day at Nell School, and how more or less that high schoolers, and you can attest to this now because I knew what was going on. We just haven't I just haven't had the opportunity yet to experience it because our son, Riker, obviously you know, but the listeners don't, that our son is only 18 months old. So he's obviously nowhere even close to being in high school or middle school. But there's just a total lack these days in high schoolers, and TikTok shows it.
It's social media in general, honestly. And I know it sounds crazy because we're on social media, but it really, I don't know. They have like they don't have any respect. They don't care. They're in there on their phones, on their laptops. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, but here's the thing. Back in the day, what happened to parents? What happened to the days of parents whenever... Yeah, getting a call or, like when did parents lose control?
I don't know. We won't.
I know we won't, but when did parents or the society lose control of these kids?
Because society is so worried about hurting someone's feelings. So it's like you can't... I don't know. You can't.
Well, no, you're exactly
Everybody
right.
has something to say about how everyone else parents.
Well, I mean, everybody has. Well, that's general. That's true in life, though. With anything, everybody has something to say about everything. It's not just about parenting per se.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a mess. I think there should be more. And it sounds like we're super old, but I'm 33. It's not like I'm ancient, but it was so different. I mean, we wouldn't just be a-holes.
Yeah, but here,
for no reason.
We were talking about this. Well, we were talking about that the other day. How 33. Okay, you're 33. I'm 36. Whenever we were younger, even whenever I was 21, I was like, well, 36 is never going to get here.
That's true.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we were younger, I mean, say 18, take it back even a little further. I mean, if we go back to whenever we were in middle and high school, 36 was an age. Well, you got to figure, my mom was 36 whenever I was in high school. How old was your mom? Well, my mom was 18 whenever she had me, so I would have been in high school.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been in high school. Sorry about that.
I forgot she was young when she had you. No, my mom was in her 50s when I went into high school, 51.
Yeah, because my mom would have been, my mom was 19 whenever I was born, so that would have made...
And you were 17 when you...
And I was 17 whenever I graduated high school, correct. So what would that have made me? We're doing simple math in our head
what
here.
You said, 36.
36. Would it have been 36? That was just a guess. I just roughly guessed that.
Yep.
It wasn't, that was no kind of coincidence. Or I guess it was a coincidence. But anyways, I'm honestly kind of tired.
All right, let's cut this.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead. You hear it from the boss lady. We're going to go ahead and cut it. We just wanted to, or I personally just wanted to. She really didn't want to have too much to do with it. I just wanted to get some content and keep you guys kind of informed and kind of keep this going. Like I said, this is brand new. Just kind of learning as we go. So please just hang in there with us, guys. We appreciate it. Please subscribe, share, follow, any of the above. We would definitely like... Any of the above, we'd definitely like, no pun intended. So thank you for listening, and we'll see y'all next time.